In the Pokemon world, which is based on our real world, also includes vast oceans and lakes, which are the place to live for many aquatic Pokemon. And this is an overview video of the water type, one of the 3 basic types of the Pokemon world. Up until Generation 9, there were 145 water-type Pokemons, the most of all types, so that people had to create aquatic Pokemon that do not have water type. In which Generation 1 has the most water-type Pokemons, with 32, and at least the 6th generation has only 9. And because the largest number of Pokemon species, the water type has combined with all the remaining type, the largest is Water Ice with 11 Pokemons, the least is Water Fire, Water Normal and Water Steel that have only 1 Pokemon. Not all water-type Pokemon live in water and vice versa, but most of them are fish, shrimp, aquatic creatures, or water-attached species such as aquatic birds like ducks and seagulls. There are a few cases that are not very water-related but still have a water type. The water type is not too strong in the offensive side. It only deals double damage to 3 types as ground, rock and fire, as well as being resisted by 3 types, water, grass and dragon. While no type is completely resistant to water, there are several abilities that can do this such as Storm Drain, Water Absorb, and Dry Skin. The defensive power is the area where the water type shines, when it only has 2 weaknesses, grass and electric, while resisting 4 types of fire, water, ice and steel. However, there is an ice-type move that can threaten the water Pokemon, Freeze Dry. Also it is a very useful move for them because all water-resistant type take double damage from this move. The first legendary water-type Pokemon appeared from Generation 2, which is Suicune, a Pokemon that roams around Johto to purify contaminated water sources. In the 3rd generation there is a monster on the bottom of the ocean called Kyogre. Normally this is a very peaceful Pokemon, until it encounters the eternal opponent, Groudon. The dragon god Palkia who rules the space in the 4th generation is one of the gods who contributed to the creation of the world. Next is one of the 4 guardian gods of the Alola Islands, Tapu Fini. And one of Urshifu's 2 form, is Urshifu Rapid Strike. There are 4 mythical water-type Pokemon. First is Manaphy, which can connect with any other Pokemon. Manaphy's child is Fione, Seadrifter Pokemon, but it can't evolve into Manaphy. The practitioners of the trio swordsmen of the Unova region, Keldeo. And last is the steam Pokemon Volcanion. Regarding the gyms specializing in the water type, we have the Mermaid Misty, also known as Kasumi of the Cellurian City in the Kanto region. The second gym is located in the city Sutopolis of the Hoenn region with the leader being Wallace. In the Emerald version, when Wallace became one of the Elite Four, the leader position was ceded to his master, Juan. Crasher Wake is a gym leader in the city of Pastoria of the Sinnoh region, which is surrounded by swamps. Club and restaurant in the city Striaton of the Unova region. One of the 3 leaders here is Cress, specializing in water-type Pokemon. In addition, the Unova region has another water-type gym in the city Humalao. The leader here is Marlin. And finally, the water-type gym in the port city Hulbury in the Galar region, led by Nessa. The strongest water-type Pokemon in my opinion is Kyogre. With a single water type, Kyogre only has 2 weaknesses, electric and grass type, along with the freezing dry move. However, while electric and grass Pokemons are mainly strong in the special attack field, which Kyogre has a very high special defense level to deal with. So defeating it with 1 hit is very difficult that only some super powerful Pokemon can do such as Rillaboom, Regieleki or Kartana. With its inherent defense is very good, so its abilities all support the offensive. It's the Drizzle ability, which create the rainy weather when Kyogre is on the field. In this weather environment, all water-type moves are doubled in power, and fire-type moves are halved. So one Water Spout move when full of health can kill 2/3 of the Pokemon that you can think of. Accompanied by 2 moves, Ice Beam and Thunder, it has a 100% chance of not being resisted by any Pokemon, except Shedinja. And that is not using any equipment, and not even the most powerful version of it. When Kyogre transforms into Primal Kyogre by equipping Blue Orb, it doesn't really get as powerful as the Groudon because its ability is Primordial Sea, which disables Fire-type moves, which doesn't affect it much. Sacrificing an equipment slot for 30 special attack and defense is not as effective as having it wield a Life Orb or a choice specs. Palkia has a dual-type Dragon and Water, an ultimate dual-type at the time of its launch when only 1 weakness was the Dragon type. However, now due to the presence of the Fairy type, and even the Freezy Dry skill that can knock out it in 1 blow, its power has been greatly reduced. But Palkia is still not a Pokemon to be underestimated. It is most powerful opponents of the strongest water-type Pokemon Kyogres that can benefit from rainy weather, as well as being resistant to water-type moves and threatening the fatty fish with thunder. Along with that, it has a very diverse set of moves such as Hydro Pump, Spatial Rend, Thunder and Flamethrower. Palkia has a wide coverage of the skill set, but its power just stops there. Both in terms of stats and abilities, it cannot be compared to Kyogre in terms of attack and defense. Now we will talk about the typical weather environment of the water type, which is the rainy weather. Rainy is one of 4 types of weather on the Pokemon field that can be created by Rain Dance or Ability Drizzle. Under rainy conditions, water-type moves are doubled in strength and fire-type moves are halved. Primal Kyogre's Primordial Sea ability creates an upgraded rainy weather that can nullify all fire-type moves. There are many properties that benefit under rainy conditions. It's Swift Swim. This ability will give Pokemon twice the speed in rainy. And then the water-type Pokemon have both increased attack power and surpassed the opponent's speed. So the rainy Pokemon team is a pretty easy and effective Pokemon lineup. Some other abilities such as Rain Dish and Dry Skin will restore some of the Pokemon's health in a rainy environment. Hydration will remove the negative effect for the Pokemon owns it. Under rainy conditions, Thunder and Hurricane will never miss. While recovery moves like Synthesis, Moonlight, Morning Sun will be reduced in effectiveness. The system of water-type moves is extremely familiar to us, shown through the hidden machine system, such as Surf to cross the sea, Waterfall to overcome waterfalls, Dive to dive or Whirlpool to break whirlpools. A version of the game has at least 3 HMs that are water-type moves, so almost every version of the game you will have a water-type Pokemon in the team. The water-type has a system of move-inclined special attacks. Water-type move about physical attack does not have many strong moves. The strongest are Crab Hammer and Fishious Rend, but the number of Pokemon can learn is very small. In addition to those 2 moves, the remaining Pokemon often use physical damage water-type moves such as Liquidation or Waterfall. Liquidation has an attack power of 85 and has a 20% reduction in enemy defense by 1 level, while Waterfall has a power of 80 and has a 20% chance to immobilize the enemy. In addition to these 2 moves, there is also a 90 power move Aqua Tail, but it is not popular because only the accuracy is 90%. In the special attack side, move can reach the highest power is Water Sprout, which can reach 150 power when the Pokemon is full of health. Another move that also has 150 power is Hydro Cannon, but making the Pokemon cast takes 1 turn to break immediately after. A few more typical moves can be mentioned as Hydro Pump, Soft or Muddy Water, but the most powerful move is Scald. People see that the fire-type moves around also only have 10 to 15% to cause burns, with a higher ability to cause burns, will be limited accuracy or less Pokemon can learn. But the Scald move is a water-type move but has 30% burn chance and 100% accuracy. Moreover, this is a move that nearly every water-type Pokemon can learn. In terms of support, the water-type move system is not very much, only Aqua Ring to recover for yourself, Life Dew to recover for the whole team. There is a pretty cool move is Soak, which can turn the opponent into a single water type. The water type has a lot of Pokemon with a variety of forms and colors. Among them with the largest size is the Wailord Whale. With a length of 14.5 meters, it is only shorter than the legendary Pokemon Eternatus. But that's just about the length, and when comparing Wailord's fat body with Eternatus' skinny body, it is probably still reasonable to say that Wailord is the Pokemon with the largest overall size. And then we have the Pokemon that are considered the ugliest and most beautiful, at least according to the Pokédex. Phoebus is a fish-shaped Pokemon. It's so gross and weird that predators don't even notice it. And sometimes a Phoebus has a strangely beautiful scale, which causes them to evolve into Melodic. Contrary to the appearance of Phoebus, Melodic is considered the most attractive Pokemon in the Pokemon world. Another one of the water-type Pokemon is that it's the most useless Pokemon in the world. It's Magikarp. The reason is understandable that its only move is a completely useless move, and no matter what moves it learns, it can't hurt anyone with its stats. Raising a Magikarp is hard work, and it also gives few of experience, so battling a fisherman with 6 Magikarps is the most wasted time thing to do in this game. However, the jokes about Magikarp ended when it was able to evolve into Gyarados. Everybody always want to have a Gyarados in the Generation 1 Pokemon game. It is a top example of hard work to earn the rewards. There is another example of a small Pokemon becoming strong, not through evolution but through unity. It's Wishiwashi. This Pokemon has a super weak appearance with eyes that look like it's about to cry and is super delicious with predators. A lone Wishiwashi isn't much less useless than a Magikarp, but when in danger, this Pokemon can signal up to 40 kilometers away to gather in a swarm, and the Wishiwashi swarms can be a threat to hunters. The Wishiwashi in school form can make even Gyarados and Wailords flee. And that's all I know about water type, and I want to share it with everyone. If you have any feedback, please do not hesitate to leave a comment. And now thank you all for watching. Peace.